Hello, and welcome to another edition of Straight from the Training Ground, the podcast where we share our love for the beautiful game and the people out in their communities doing beautiful things. The regular season is just about complete here in the OVPL, and I have my partner in crime here, Ryan, along with me, and Brandon, league commissioner from the OVPL. So, fellows, we're here to discuss the final or almost final standings on the women's side, but the final standings on the men's side, we're down to the final four. The playoff picture is set. We will have the big reveal for the final time and date and site, Tony Daniels. So with that being said, let's run through here real quick. Fellas, on the men's side, as we said, we're down to the final four. And that is the women's side. I apologize. So going to the River Conference, we are down to Valhalla and Northern Kentucky Nitro. Brandon, any info on their game?
That'll be a tight one. Those are the two of their longest running OVPL clubs. They've played more games than any other clubs in OVPL history, and they are they're going to battle. That's for sure.
And is that Tuesday evening or Wednesday? Do you know when that game is?
That'll be Tuesday at 7:00 p.m. Tomorrow night or tonight or whatever it's coming out. Like 7:18 will be the Tuesday 7:18 at 7 p.m. at Milford's Charity Lucas Field in Milford, Ohio. That's where the Milford High School soccer team plays.
Gotcha.
And is that Valhalla's home field?
That is one of the primary home field that Valhalla has used.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and then going over to the Valley side, we have Spire Academy and OP. Things went down to the wire here in this conference. Sunday, OP had to get the full 3 points to go through to the semifinal, and they did with a win. So tell us a little bit about that game, Brandon.
Yeah, that was exciting. Right down, Club Ohio won on Saturday. So they had to anxiously await the result from OP on Sunday. Now, OP did have a tiebreakers. So if there was some sort of absolute blasting that Club Ohio did to get into the tiebreaker, OP would have advanced anyway, if they would have won.
Right.
Club Ohio made up goal differential. Spire's first trophy, they will be hosting Tuesday, July 18 at 7 p.m. at St. Ignatius High School.
Interesting. I see there, just before you move off there, Jay, I mean,
yep,
that's so close to the top. Ambassadors as well, they've had a great season. They're on 20 points, and then Club Ohio and OP, who we mentioned. So that's it's so close to the top three. Well, the second place spot, 3 teams in it.
Yeah, and Ambassadors finished up like a week before everybody else, and they were just waiting and hoping that they could have advanced, that somebody at OP or Club Ohio would have dropped some points there, so Ambassadors could have snuck in.
Well, great seasons for those clubs anyway.
Yeah, and then so lastly here real quick over to the women. Now the women's side will not have a playoff, correct, Brandon? It'll just be who wins the league?
Yep, that is correct. With the tight schedules that the women's side has, we'll just go with a league table champ. As of right now, Club Ohio is on top, but Sporting Columbus will play on Saturday against North FC that final match to potentially clinch the top spot for Sporting Columbus.
And you can see there by the table, Club Ohio women are on top by 2 points over Sporting. So if they need the full 3 points, and they would win the league there on the women's side.
Excellent.
Yeah, so all 3 divisions were neck and neck with 2, 3, maybe even 4 teams at any given time, even up into the last week of the season.
Very nice. And so now the moment they've all been waiting for out there, Brandon, the 2 winners of those semifinals this week will be playing in the final. Can you tell us a little bit more info?
Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
As voted on by the league, the membership we're back to a neutral venue.
Neutral site.
Neutral venue. It will be on Saturday, July 22nd, with a potential rain date for Sunday, July 23rd, which fingers crossed we don't have to worry about that with this heat wave that we're riding a little bit. But Saturday, July 22nd at Ohio Dominican University in Columbus, Ohio. Kickoff is scheduled for 5:00 p.m. Gates open at 4 p.m.
All right, fantastic. And our other news to pass along is the broadcast team of Straight from the Training Ground will be broadcasting the game, streaming it online. You can catch that on we will stream that online on our YouTube page. So anyone that can't make the game will be able to watch the OVPL Final with the volume off if you don't want to listen to us too.
Maybe there'll be a few guest interviews during halftime. Don Garber, whoever might end up showing up.
See, Ryan's already gone quiet. He's going to be the sideline reporter.
That's right. I'm going to be running down there getting interviews.
You're a little reporter. Get the coaches at halftime.
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
That's your gig, man. It's all you.
Yeah, we're back neutral site in Columbus. This will be the first time the championship's been hosted in Columbus. First year in the summer season was Xavier University in Cincinnati. So we'll be in Columbus this year, Indiana last year at a host venue. So
very good. So congratulations to everyone. I know both of you have put in tons of work behind the scenes, not just during the season, but for a long time leading up to the season. So, I appreciate all the help and all the hard work you guys have put in just to make the season happen. All the other coaches out there that have put a lot of time and volunteered a lot of time and effort over the summer in their own communities on the men's and women's side. I was able to attend the Club Ohio game the other night with Elite FC. And, people just don't understand the time and the work that goes into these things, regardless of how successful your season may or may not be. So we just, I know Ryan and I want to give our thanks to everyone out there, all the coaches, the admins, people that devote a lot of time to bringing a high level of soccer in their community.
Yeah, I mean, I got to echo that with what we've set out to do since 2019 when we established the league, to give opportunities for players, for coaches, and for people that really care about the sport to bring high-level soccer to their communities. Just the work that everybody's done has been amazing. Jason, thanks for starting up Straight from the Training Ground, official media partner of the OVPL, exclusive information through Straight here. There's just, we've seen all kinds of great things that's happened since 2019, since it started, even through the pandemic, into this year, 3 years running. It's, bigger and better and more competitive. And that's always the goal, to continue to bring that and great soccer for communities to support.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
All right. So you heard it here first, folks. Breaking news. The OVPL Final will be Saturday, 5 p.m. kickoff at Ohio Dominican University. And until then, we'll bring you our special interview for this week. Very excited to have that. And we will see everyone at the final. Check it out on our YouTube channel. We're very glad to have with us this week our interview guest, Scott Wells, the head coach of Asheville City SC and USL 2 in Asheville, North Carolina. Scott, thanks for taking the time. I know it's a busy time of the season with you right now.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Always love to hang out with the Rio boys, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so we do have a little connection. You want to tell everybody a little bit quickly about your background in coaching and kind of what led you to Asheville City?
Yeah, it started at Rio Grande. I was very lucky to be one of, a line of GAs that were successful there and moved on to do very well. And it started to become a trend. So I wanted to jump on it, to be honest. And Scott Morrissey was, kind enough to take me in as a graduate assistant, became extremely close with him and ended up falling in love with the program, to be honest. And I started in 2014 and then finished in 2016, was able to win a national championship, as a coach in 2015 with the program. And then I actually moved 45 minutes down the road to Charleston, West Virginia. And again, was lucky to win a national championship there in 2017 with them. And then moved to Division 1 and got my opportunity at Division One. I think I needed to test myself and see what it was all about. And I was at UNC Greensboro for the last 4.5 years. And we built something special there. It was very, very difficult, a little different than Rio and Charleston. They were always powerhouses, and UNCG had, fell on hard times, so, we had to kind of re-recruit, rebuild a little bit. And we was able to finish number 5 in the country last year, which obviously was, just an unbelievable statement for the program. And Chris Rich, the head coach, did a fantastic job there. So got my opportunity at Gardner-Webb University in December. And just finished my first semester there, about to go into my first ever head coaching job at the collegiate level, and trying to balance that with the USL too right now. So yeah, it can be challenging, but it's been a fantastic road. But it started from Rio, so absolutely buzzing to be on this call with you guys.
That's great to hear. So tell us a bit about this job before we get into the USL. Tell us a bit about your new head coaching gig.
Yeah, so Gardner-Webb is a Division One program in the Big South. They've been renowned for being very competitive in the Big South for a number of years, and their coach has retired and moved on after about 30 plus years. So they were looking for another head coach, and we were still in the season. We were really doing well. We were in the Sweet 16. I got approached by them, and obviously out of respect for UNCG, wanted to continue to keep just grinding with them and trying to see how far we can go. But once our season finished, I went on campus and met the new AD who just came down from being associate AD at Syracuse, Andrew Goodrich, Dr. Goodrich, and he presented a plan, and it was just phenomenal to me, his energy, and he's young and hungry, and I'm young and hungry, and I just felt like it was a match, to be honest with you. So I've just started there now, and we're definitely in a rebuild for sure. We're bringing in 18 new guys, and we'll see how it goes, but certainly excited about it. And wouldn't again be there without some of the teams that I've been around in the past. And I think Asheville City played a part in it for sure. That was my first ever head coaching opportunity, so that definitely helped off the back of last season's success as my first season. But yeah, super excited to get started.
So Scott, as you mentioned there, tell us a little bit more about Asheville City. I had the pleasure of being down there a couple weeks ago. Got to watch you guys train. It was great. Coaching staff was great, very welcoming. Got to watch your game. But you guys have had an unprecedented season right now, and you're still going.
Yeah, we're 10-1-1 right now. We have been, honestly, last season was fantastic. It was my first season at the club, and they'd not ever made nationals before, and we set out with a goal to win the league, and unfortunately we fell short of that. We finished second, but we qualified for the national tournament. So this year it was really important to obviously build on that, and I think USL 2 in general, MPSL, I think is it the OVPL that you guys
OVPL.
do? Yeah. So I think, the challenges with that is always your depth throughout the season. It's such a short season. There's so many injuries or so much fatigue level that can happen, with such a short period of time. I created a lot of depth this year because I think that was what hurt us last season. I was able to bring in a lot of guys, and we've been able to periodize them and stay fresh. And I don't think we've had the same starting 11 all season, so we've been able to do very, very well. And we're moving on this Friday to play in the first round of the national tournament. And we're super excited. We won the division this year as well, which obviously was huge. It was the first trophy in club history. So I'm just so happy to be part of it. I mean, you would have seen yourself when you came down, the fan base, the atmosphere. There's such a buzz about soccer in Asheville right now. And, I think every town in America at certain points of the year, they get into this soccer kind of phase where they want to, build something, and I think Asheville's the next one to start going big, to be honest. And I'm super excited to be part of this journey for sure.
I mean, that sounds really. Jason gave us some really good feedback on your program and how it was going down there. But
so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. He's wearing the colors. So how do you general characterizing it? How is it different in the summer than it is in the fall with the collegiate season as opposed to the summer season, where, as you hit a great point in terms of like your squad's got to be really big because a lot of guys turn over and that sort of thing. So what kind of things do you see as like mainly the differences?
I think you have to, as a coaching staff, you have to separate the differences between what maybe the student athletes think it is. It's not a summer vacation, and it can be for certain certain teams. It can be. But for my program, it's about publicizing yourself, having MLS scouts and USL scouts and agents start to write your name on a piece of paper. So when you do get back to your college team, that you're ready to be seen and they're going to actually take a look and an interest in you. So I want to publicize as much as possible these players. And that was what I promised them through the recruitment process. It's not too dissimilar to college soccer in terms of how you need to manage them, especially the fatigue level and, their mental health, because, it is a long summer. And usually this time of year at this area of the country, it's in boiling hot weather all of the time. So, you need to make sure that they're enjoying it for sure. But at this program in particular, we just want people that are obsessed with being a pro. We want to bring in guys that just want to get better and they want to go back to their college team and make sure that they're prepared to, get drafted at some point in their career. And that's not to say that that's the right answer. But for me, I just want to be around and like-minded people. And that's certainly something that I think we've introduced here to the culture at Asheville. And, it's hard. It's really, really hard because the college coaches do not want you to burn their players out and they don't want you. And if you do, you're not getting them back, and so you have to make sure you take care of them. And then, the college players are also concerned constantly that they might get a niggle and, I'm not going to be ready for August. Yep. So you're just having to manage so much emotion and so much of their opinions of, what do I need to do right now? And you just need to confirm with them all the time that they're okay and we're taking care of you. And so it's hard. It's really hard. But last year was a huge eye opener to me because we went to the national tournament. We lost like 4 or 5 key players because of either going back to college or, getting scouted, going for a trial or whatever it may be. And we got burnt and we lost in the second round, So this year, I hopefully no regrets, but we'll see.
Yeah, it sounds a really good approach, and I love hearing you say that it's about the own individual personal standards of each player. If they're high, then the rest of the groups, the whole group's going to be high together, I think.
Absolutely, and it's about bringing like-minded people in, people that share the same philosophy as you. And it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, yeah, you want to be a pro. Or some of them might want to graduate and use their degree, but it's about trying to be the best that you can every day. Jeremy Gunn, who is probably the best coach in this era of college soccer at Stanford, that's something that he lives by, is just trying to do the right things every single day. And you just want to be around those people. You want to be around those players every day. And they, even them at 22, 23, that inflicts onto you. Even some days I might not be having a good day, and those players can do that to me too. So it's just an enjoyable environment when you're on the same page, and especially when you're operating at such a high expectation and a high mindset,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Scott, as you alluded to, you've had a great season. Just a couple nights ago, you won you clinched the division from the regular season. So explain a little bit about the upcoming playoff format now. And you've earned the right to host, correct?
Yeah, so we're hosting the first and second round, and then Little Rock out of Arkansas are hosting the other pod. And we play Western FC out of Florida. But we're also hosting South Carolina versus the Villages. Whoever wins on Friday and Sunday will play against the winners of Little Rock, and that will be for the regional championship. So, we've got basically 3 games left to win the regional championship and 5 games to win the national championship. And I think we have a really good shot, but playoff football is playoff football at the end of the day. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Well, man, like I said, again, I know you're very busy. We really appreciate you taking the time here as you're getting ready to host the playoffs to hop on here with us for a few minutes, and we appreciate it. And like I said, I just want to thank you again. You guys were gracious hosts, letting me and my family watch training. Last week, Scott and the entire staff welcomed us. Got us tickets to the game. We were able to see a game, and I can just echo what you said. I know I speak for Ryan. I love that kind of atmosphere. Like you said, there's a buzz around the town there about soccer, and it's great to see those kind of things going on in communities like that. And the reason there's a buzz is because of people like you and the guys on the team, who are putting in all the hard work to bring the excitement, to bring the enthusiasm to their community.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. It means a lot. And again, I'll echo back to, and I'm sure everybody in their industries look back to, where they started. And that was because of Scott Morrissey and Tony Daniels and Rio Grande, and that's where I learned the standard of football. Honestly, that was where I realized what the standard was. And from a recruitment standpoint, every time I reference a player, I always look back to exactly what that level looks like. And I'm very, very grateful, as of the other GAs that have moved on. Jamie Davis is at UCF. Tom Morris is at Tormenta in the USL League One now. We've all had a great pathway through because of Rio Grande. So it was easier because of the mentorship that we had.
Fantastic.
Well, thanks a lot, man. Fantastic. We really appreciate it. And best of luck this weekend to Asheville City. We'll be watching. I'll be keeping tabs on you. And until next time, straight from the training ground.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right, I'm here with the 2 players of the match today against Cincinnati FC. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Madison Hanson. I play defensive mid, and today they were very, very fast technically and aggressively. So we had to do good on our first touches and winning it out of the middle and progressing out wide.
Really good.
I'm Jillian Wiersma. I play center forward, and this team was some of the best competition we played so far. We struggled a little bit with intensity at some points, but I think we really picked it up towards the end and started to be more creative as a team.
Bro, Jackson was the man of the match today for his stellar performance at the back. Jackson, what did you think of the match?
It was good. We gave up 2 poor goals, just unlucky, but the fight to come back and equalize twice was really good on us because we've really been struggling to match those goals once you go down, but today we just didn't give up, so it was good.
All right, so we're approaching the end of the year, with the Locomotive. Tomorrow will be the last game. What's your experience been like? Have you enjoyed it? What have been some highs and some lows from this year?
I've loved it, every second of it. Again, coming back with some of the players I haven't seen in a while and playing with them. They're all hilarious and fun to play with. And also, Tate's a good coach, and you're learning from him every day. And at the end of the day, he's teaching you to fight because he knows what college is like. He's going to teach you to play. And also the ownership's been awesome because they've just been watching our back and providing so much for us. It's been amazing.
Yeah, I think it's been good for the community as well. So if you had to pick one moment, a high from the Locomotive so far this summer, hopefully it's tomorrow when we win 10-0.
Yeah.
But today, what's the high from the season?
High from the season, to come out our first season and finish as high as we did, I feel like it's good because a lot of these teams they're playing year in and year out, and this just we came up with a team within weeks, and we're competing already. So I feel like that's the highest I can think of.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jackson.
Thanks, bro.
All right.
This is Will Schaefer. Jacob Grant. We're with Club Ohio. This is our first season as a team in the OVPL. Went 6-1-3. First time playing with this group. We didn't really know what to expect, but it exceeded all of our expectations. Played at a very high level, and excited for next season.
I'm really proud of our guys, and we played our last game, won our last game. Crazy, everyone a little hot, but I'm glad that we ended with a result. Now we wait on OP tomorrow, and whatever happens, we'll see if we'll see play Spire.
Here with the 2 players of the match for Sporting Columbus. Played against North FC today, a 4-2 victory. Introduce yourselves.
My name's Ava. I'm Avery.
And what do you think about the game today?
I thought we did good. The first half we went in 0-0, and we learned a lot from the first half, and then we put it in practice for the second half, and then we scored all of our goals.
Yeah, good, all 4, yep.
Yeah, going off of what she said, we learned a lot in the first half, and then we switched it up in the second and had our minutes go out wide more, which really helped. We got some goals off of that, and overall it was a good game.
Awesome. Well done, girls.
Visit our new partners, UnoZero at UnoZero.com, where classic beauty and quality meet modern design and elegance for football boots and more. Join our official partners at Dutig Brand FC, where they create quality products to make your lives easier as coaches. Visit our partners at TractionSocks.com for performance grip socks created for all athletes.